Hello, good afternoon. We are here July 29th and we're going over midday market update. So welcome to everybody. If you guys are new to following me, please go ahead, hit like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you will know when I go live for my midday market update and also release awesome new videos, usually Tuesdays and Thursday nights. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Today has been a great day. Right, I have been testing out new software, which I'm really excited to start sharing with you guys. Hey Jay, thanks for joining me. You already know some of the ones we're going to be talking about, where they were hot in the Java pit and training pit today. So if you guys don't also know, I do teach Mondays and Thursdays in the training pit where I can help you learn about trading all around the dark pools and how you can profit just like the billionaires that place the millions of share trades. We saw some prints happening today on Kodak, but let's go ahead and check out the SPY first off today, all right? Because we want to see where is the market going to go. Hello, Julia. Hello, Bat Scientist. Hello, Stephanie. Wow. Where are you guys tuning in from? I know we've got Jay in Dallas. Who else? Where are you guys from? All right, so let's check out our 45-minute chart. You guys can see it's just sort of churning sideways. Really, we've got this nice range that has been set up for the past couple of days, and the big question is why, right? Why are we just sort of trading sideways in this range? We're range bound. We can't go up, we can't go down. And what is the big picture, right? We did break the upward trend back here that we were riding for a good 3 months, came down, found support around the 320 area. Phoenix, oh, downtown LA. My sister-in-law lives out in LA, Stephanie. And we've just been trading sideways right here. Why is this happening? It's not surprising that 2.5 days of the week of FOMC, we are trading sideways. This is a pattern that typically happens. They go ahead, they lay their positions, and then they're going to go ahead and make their move. We did see some of this happen with the price action and some of the awesome signals that we might have cracked in the Java pit with the dark pools. So I won't tell you what they are, but if you want to learn more about it, come and check it out, or even take the boot camp that is going to be happening August 3rd. Welcome, Jazz and Elena and Moises. Hola, ¿cómo estás? All right, so we've got this range, right? Watch this for today with the FOMC meeting. We do have an FOMC meeting. The minutes are coming out at 2 o'clock and a press release at 2:30. So many times it's a paint drying day before that happens. But if we go ahead and we break, we'll go ahead and put up here 324 to the upside. Let's go ahead and add an alert for 324, add an alert on the horizontal ray. Sounds good to me. And then if we go ahead and we break down below 321.50, that's going to be an area to go ahead and watch as well for the big momentum trade, right? These guys have been just churning it sideways to go ahead and get their position on. When you see that block happen, it's not a wonder that there's going to be a massive move, right? So much like AMD, we saw it happen on AMD way back here. Hold on, the chart's going to catch up a little bit for us. So we had AMD just trading sideways for literally 10 weeks between 56 and down to 50 right here, right? So for a longest time, it was just trading sideways. And then once it went ahead and broke, boom, what do? We set out to new highs. They just had earnings today and they are up on the day. Now, when we go ahead and we zoom in on it, I know it's hard. It takes a little time. Yes, G-Man, there's the tech hearing today. And I just saw a tweet, of course, Trump always tweets, right? That they want to go ahead and put a halt and rein in on those big tech companies. It's no wonder, like the big tech companies are making all this money with marketing. They're capturing everybody's data. Google, Facebook, Shopify, of course, TikTok with all of the drama that happened with TikTok. And so everybody is looking at that to see what's going to happen. You know, we do see prints before the price action happens. So many times there's always somebody that knows something. And with AMD, we saw movement before. We also have, the oil sector that is having a lot of activity. And I want to go ahead and pull this up. So if you guys don't already know about Forex Factory, definitely check it out, because if you just log into forexfactory.com, it's free, 100% free. You can go ahead and see, all right, let's see what big global announcements are happening today. Okay, well, we've got the trade balance, all right, negative 70.6. That's better than expected because they were anticipating negative 75.3. And then we have the wholesale inventories. The greens are going to be better for the economy. The reds, obviously not, right? Now, the ones that do have a red little calendar next to them are going to be ones that could likely impact the Forex market, but they could also likely impact the US equities market as well. Many times those are the US ones. Sometimes you'll see Canadian ones, but very rarely. And so we had our crude oil inventories that came out. Look, they were expecting 4.9 build, and instead we had the 10.6 million draw. So that was much better than expected. So likely the oil markets will be reflecting that. Again, so let's go and check out like XOM since we've had that announcement. It's up 17 cents, but I'll go look on the daily. Right now it's just sort of flatlined, right? We had this nice run up, pulled back, and now it's just sort of flatlined. So that one, we also have earnings coming up. With the positive news about oil, it might really affect some of the major oil stocks. So we have XOM, USO, again, it's sort of flatlined, but it's a bit of an ascending triangle there. We also have MRO for Marathon Oil, and it looks very similar to ExxonMobil. Let's go ahead and look at Chevron as well. So keeping an eye on the oil sector might be very interesting, especially after earnings. Again, don't hold it through earnings, trade it up to earnings and afterwards. All right, so who got in on the crazy ride today on Kodak? I stayed clear away for the simple fact, I know this is a pump and dump low float momentum runner. I did have it on my list. You guys see it right here. If you have an interest in my list, you can get that at cjanetrade.com. Super affordable, $1 a day. If you'd had 2 shares of Kodak this morning when it broke my breakout level and you sold it at the top, you would have paid for 2 months. So you can see Kodak right here. Hey, news came out. Trump went ahead and gave them millions to go ahead and turn around and take their film production company and turn it into a drug production company. So it's somewhat of a drug type stock now, in my opinion. But the main reason why this one ran so crazily was right here, that news came out, it hit our 200 simple moving average on the daily. It's going to be hard to see. If I zoom in just down here, you'll be able to see it better. Right? So you can see here, we hit the 200. So a lot of people thought, oh, perfect, it didn't break the 200 simple moving average. I'm going to go ahead and jump in short. Well, what they didn't realize is there's only 18 million in the float. Boom, up we go yesterday. Takes it up to 1180, 1180 yesterday. Now, what happened? We hit 60 today. Those shorts that got in got so stubborn. And when we look back on a 45-minute chart, you can see when you see a chart like this, many times it is going to be a low float parabolic move. Now, some days it will have a 3-day run to the upside. Sometimes it'll be a quick 1-day up and down. Please be very cautious with these, as quickly as they can go up, you can go ahead and, yeah, that's it, Jay. You never know. In fact, I stayed clear of it because I know that as quickly as it goes up, it could just flip on a dime and really burn you. When those sellers take over, it's like a rocket ship up, and then when it's almost like those rides over at Disney that's like the room that just drops and there's zero gravity. That can be how fast it can drop. Today, I think Kodak had 5 or 6 halts in the trading session, right? So we had a halt here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe another one here, 6. So maybe 6 halts on this. Now, maybe if it goes ahead and it breaks above $39, maybe we're going to see another run up to that low of this candle here, maybe $45. I'm just going to watch it, enjoy the show, have some popcorn, and just know that when you get into a stock, try to make sure that you know how many shares are available. If you see a wide spread on the level 2, there's a good likelihood that that one is going to be a lower float stock. Yeah, sure, Dave. Okay, so Dave has a question. What does a low float mean? Well, a low float, if you went to a grocery store and say they have 1,000 apples in stock at the grocery store, and there are 3,000, what did I say, 1,000? 300 that are reserved for restaurants, right? Then you now have 700 that are available to be bought and sold in the market. So that would be the public float. So in the idea of looking at Kodak, here we go, really quickly, Kodak Stock Wall Street Journal. If you guys want to look it up, you can just do that right there. Go ahead, click on the stock. It's going to go ahead and show you. Okay, so our total number of shares, the total pie, I don't know why it went smaller, the total pie for the shares available for Kodak are 43.73 million. That means that there's insiders, institutions that own it, and not all of those shares are available to be traded by you and me, the retail traders. What is available to be traded by the retail traders is the public float right here. So that's roughly 25 million that the insiders do go ahead and hold. And what is available to trade is 18 million. Does that make sense for you, Dave? So the total pie is 43 million. The share that is insiders, that is institution, and they would have to file forms to go ahead and trade, is roughly 25 million. And then we have the public float that you and I as retail traders could go ahead and trade. You know what, Depression Tunes, as far as Tasty works, I keep checking up with them every month. It is still on target to come to Canada in the 4th quarter, but no new news as of yet. But everything is on target as of this point in time. I know it is high up on their priority list to go ahead and bring it. I did put the roller coaster up because today Kodak is that roller coaster ride of the day. And you want to make sure you have your seatbelts on, use those stops, right? Okay. Low number shares available for public trading companies. Okay. ASIF, what value considered low float, for example, 0 to 50 million market cap? No, it's not going to be market cap, ASIF. It's the total number of shares to be traded. And usually I will look at it as 20 million shares or less. And I do my research every single morning. So I will check it out and say, hey, look, watch this one. You know, when we look at NVAX has 56 million in the float. And this came back to one of my favorite EMAs down here, and it bounced. We'll see if that's going to go ahead and hold. Be cautious. They are going to be announcing the phase 1 trials for their COVID vaccine. They do have other drugs in the pipeline, but obviously that is the big front runner that they are receiving a lot of money as well. Another one that is low float, but it's higher priced, is Samuel Adams. So you can see Samuel Adams can have a wild, crazy range throughout the day. Here it was all the way up at 838, came down to 786, right? So it can have a $50 move in a day, not an issue. Or in one day, it can close down here at 653 and hit a high of 813, $150 range because of the low float, all right? Now, we also have, this was my list from today. We also have, Novavax was one of my potential shorts. We've got Spotify that was on there. Hey, if it went ahead and broke above this resistance level, potential trade on it. And sure enough, came all the way up here in the first 10 minutes. What a crazy run up, $8 in the first 10 minutes. And then it pulled back to that level to test and bounced again. But you can see it's sort of like a dropping ball, right? Every time that it bounces, it's bouncing lower and lower and lower until finally it's broken through. Now, are we going to come down here and bounce again and then go down? We will see. But definitely keep that one on watch as well. We also had Virgin Galactic as a potential short on my list today. Of course, I give you both sides in case the market decides, no, hey, I want to go ahead and take it up here and keep it up here. Well, this one took it up. Nope, we couldn't break that level above, so we came down, tested it, and boom, right on down. And it looks like it's found a nice little support down here around the 22.75 area. If that breaks again, we could be heading back down. All right, do you guys have any stocks that you want to bring to the table to go ahead and look at? Trying to keep these super short at about 15 to 20 minutes to go ahead and give you guys a really quick glimpse as to what's going on. Remember, tomorrow we do have a lot of big names that will be announcing earnings. We've got Facebook that's going to be tomorrow. Right now they are up on the day. We also have Amazon, right? Let's go to Twitter and let's go to earnings whispers. The easiest way, that's what I do, right? Earnings. Don't think harder, think smarter. Right? Let's see. Here we go, before the open tomorrow. So we've got UPS, MasterCard, AstraZeneca, PG that was hitting highs today, Heinz Kraft, Bud. Well, if Samuel Adams had a big run up after earnings, maybe Budweiser will as well. We have Cliffs, Eli Lilly, Newmont, which is a gold. So check that out as well. You know what, Bat Scientist? I'm going to go ahead and wait to see how it reacts and go in afterwards. All right? Yeah, you know what, Desert Edge? I think you might have just joined us. We did just cover Kodak. Comcast, Grubhub, Cigna. We also, okay, we must have Amazon after hours tonight. So we've got PayPal, QCOM, TDOC, Now, LRCX, CCI, Orly. So there's a whole bunch. And I think that tonight is probably the biggest night in earnings season overall, with roughly 300, I think, that are going to be announcing overnight. So be aware. Is this the 31st? No, that's tomorrow as well. So keep it all in mind. Yeah, you know what, Desert Edge, though? Who's to say that it won't be there tomorrow? It depends on how stubborn the shorts are and if that volume continues to the upside, right? Yep, BLNK is another low float as well. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. I will see you all tomorrow, 12:15. Remember, Carpe Profit sees those profits one trade at a time. Have a great one.